Yes, sir.
And is that you?
Yes, sir.
And that's you with your shirt off, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Where are you approaching? Can you see? Call that. He got out of the way of the vehicle. He was getting out of your way and you turned the wheel and drove directly over him. Do you recall that?
I turned the wheel to the right. He was standing in front of the driver's side in front of me, and I turned the wheel to the right to try to veer off and go around, but there's only so far because there's a ditch.
The pain still feels unreal and inhumane, but the love our family feels for my dad is and always will be stronger than any evil.
Meaning that it was the victim's fault that you ran over.
And are you Mr. Gonzalez? All right, you're going to need to keep your voice up so that the court reporter can hear and so that I can hear. You entered a plea of no contest to count 1 for the offense of murder on June 13. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 35 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, and there are 2 cases that are being taken in consideration. Those cause numbers are 2021 CR 9982 and 2021 CR 9983. Raise your right hand for me, Mr. Gonzalez. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record, please.
A.C. Gonzalez Jr.
All right, and defense says there's something you wish to inform the court of?
David Gonzalez, you were given an opportunity to talk to the judge. But, well, let me just say it up, Judge. We've had a chance to go over the PSI, right, Mr. Gonzalez? Prior to today, you and I had talked about what was going to happen this morning, and you are aware of it, right? It is your desire.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're going to have to speak up. Court reporter cannot hear. All right, yes.
It is your desire, Mr. Gonzalez, to talk to the judge about the sentencing today and tell her what it is you feel or what it is you want her to know about the sentencing, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Gonzalez.
Judge Boyd, I stand before not only you, but the family of the victim as well.
Okay, I am so sorry, but you're whispering. And I know it's hard, but if the court reporter can't hear you and I can't hear you, then what you're saying is not going to make a difference because I can't hear you.
I stand before the judge today, ma'am, not only the judge, but the family of the victim as well, ma'am. And I just want to say, not only am I embarrassed, but I truly am sorry. And I take in full, I take full responsibility for what happened that night. And it wasn't intentional. I was under the influence. I made some bad choices and even worse decisions. And I just want the family to know that I truly am sorry. This isn't my character. I was out of character this night that this happened. And I know how I would feel if this would happen to one of my family members. And I just want the family to know that it wasn't me that night. Like I said, I had some things go wrong in my life and I made bad choices and completely am sorry for it. I can't say it enough or express how truly sorry I am and remorseful. And I know that not only do they have to live with it, but it's something that I have to live with the rest of my life. And I truly am sorry from the bottom of my heart for everything that I caused and for all this that I brought up, and I accept full responsibility.
All right. Any other questions for your client?
No questions at this time for Mr. Gonzalez, Your Honor.
State.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Gonzalez, you saw the PSI report with your attorney, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, you just need to speak up.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Is there anything that from your statement in here that you would like to retract from what you talked about, especially about the actual incident that night? Because the reason I ask that is because you said today in court that you're taking full responsibility for it.
Yes, sir.
Now, the problem is that in this report, and I'll read from it, it says, the person that you ran over tried to hit you with a tire iron.
Yes, sir.
And then you also stated that he jumped in front of the truck 2 different times.
Yes, sir.
And then the second time is when I ran him over.
Yes, sir.
But you do realize that he walked in front of that vehicle. I have a video that I'll be showing you shortly. And he came over to the driver's side. Do you recall that?
Yes, sir.
And you were in the driver's seat. And you drove forward. And then you backed up. And
Yes, sir.
then that person, Mario Renteria, walked in front of the car and got into the grassy area. Do you recall that?
I'm sorry, just 1 second. Excuse me. In the box, if you all cannot whisper, do not talk. We're on the record. You may continue.
Do you recall that? He got out of the way of the vehicle. He was getting out of your way and you turned the wheel and drove directly over him. Do you recall that?
I turned the wheel to the right. He was standing in front of the driver's side in front of me, and I turned the wheel to the right to try to veer off and go around, but there's only so far because there's a ditch right there
Okay.
that I was for.
You saw the video, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna see.
Sure.
You're gonna have an opportunity to see it again. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I might give you the benefit of the doubt, considering that you're intoxicated that night. I want you to tell the judge, what were you on that night?
Meth, marijuana. I don't even know what else.
Xanax?
I don't even remember taking Xanax, sir. But if I was, I was.
And also, just going to your record, you just got out of prison,
Yes, sir.
and then this happened.
Yes, sir.
And so the way I read this is that you're stating that it was the victim's fault that you ran over him.
I'm not gonna say it was all completely his fault, but I mean, if it's seen like on the video, I try to go around the passenger side. I was trying to avoid a situation that happened at the gas pump, period. And that's what I was trying to get away from.
So how you just said not all of his fault or possibly his fault. How is it any of his fault?
I mean, it's not his fault. I mean, we were both at bad places at an even worse time. And I mean, I know he was just changing his tire, but at the same time, when I approached him, if I recall correctly, I told him like, hey, I wanted to try to get out of there, period. And when I asked him for a ride, it just, I don't know, he wasn't, I guess because my demeanor, I had my shirt off, I have tattoos, maybe I was.
I mean, you're a gang member, right?
No, sir, I'm not.
You're not part of the Mexican mafia. That's what it was dictated in here.
I understand it was dictated, but no, I'm not.
What's the Playboy bunny behind your ear?
It's just a Playboy bunny.
Just a Playboy bunny?
Yes, sir.
That's not related to the Technology Homes at all.
No, sir. The Ore Horns and the Mexican mafia.
I know they conflict. I see people some switch sides. So you also, do you remember approaching him for the first time? You approached him twice.
No, I don't.
And so you approached him once, had an altercation with him, you walked to the gas pumps, and then you walked across the road. Do you remember that?
No, sir.
Do you remember being in the median with your boxers down, your shorts down?
No, sir.
And do you remember walking back and talking to people at the gas pumps again?
Sir.
You remember going then to the victim's truck when he was on the passenger side trying to change his tire?
When I remember was when I walked up to him when he was at the driver's side and he was standing there with that, I guess, the tire iron in his hand.
To be fair, he's changing the tire. So what would you have in your hand if you're changing a tire?
I mean, I understand that.
Well, you stated in here that he hit you with it. Do you recall that, or you just say that?
No, I said he swung it at me. I never said he hit me with it.
Okay. Well, because in here it says that he. Okay, yeah, I closed the door and the guy was standing there with the tire iron. Was that the individual, the victim that you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Did he ever bash on the windows or anything like that, trying to get you out of that truck? It's on video, so I want to know if you remember.
I don't remember. I'm not.
Do you recall saying that there was another guy in the truck and he was closing the door and that there was a girl in the truck that you're trying to help?
That was the first truck that I
The first
walked
truck.
up on.
Now, to be fair, you don't know those people over there by the gas pumps either. I talked to them and they don't know you. This time, I'd like to use state exhibit, I believe, number 2 that was entered for stipulated steps to show and see if you can identify portions of that.
Any objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right. You may present State's Exhibit number 2.
And Judge, that's on the screen currently.
At your computer.
Okay. At this time, I'm going to be playing at 22:44:04. Sir, you see that person right there?
Yes, sir.
And is that you?
Yes, sir.
And that's you with your shirt off, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And where are you approaching? Can you see? Who's that you're approaching, sir?
I have no idea.
Is that the truck? Can you see what that is? You see that there's a person on a bicycle there too, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And do you know that individual?
No, sir.
So he's standing there while you're at that truck. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you see yourself walk off there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's the first time you approached the victim at his truck. Now I'm going to 22:50:33. I'm going to start playing it here. Can you see an individual at that truck in a white shirt? He just walked around. There's a glitch. Now you're going to see another person walk up right here. You know who that person is?
Can't see that good from here.
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry.
Can't see that good from here.
Well, I'll tell you, that's you approaching him for the second time, roughly 6 minutes later, after you left him the first time. You approach and you go to the side of the vehicle. Lights come on. You see the victim walk in front of the truck, go to the driver's side. You know who's behind the wheel at this point?
I am.
Looking at you. Drive forward where you could have driven off at this point, but you chose not to. You reversed and turned the wheel. Now you have the victim in the middle of the vehicle. He walks off into the grassy area. You turn right and run directly over him. Do you recall that?
No, sir.
Second portion here. You rammed it into the Texaco. It didn't end up there. You rammed it into Texaco. You'll see you exit the vehicle. Nobody else in that vehicle. Witnesses are going out to check on the victim in the middle of the field. You continue to walk inside of the gas station. Do you recall that?
Yes, sir. Walking in the gas station, yes.
And Judge, there's many different views, but in one particular that I'll be showing to the court is camera angle number 13. And I'll use portions of that. So to save some time for going through every single one of them. But I'll start this at 22:54. I'm sorry, 2253. Do you see yourself on the top of that camera walking by?
So,
And I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this to 2254:30. I'm sorry, 2254:17. Is that you?
yes, sir.
Is this you? Do you know who you're talking to at this point?
No, sir, I don't.
Talking to officers that have come in to arrest you. At this time, I'll fast forward it, Your Honor. I'm starting 2255:42. As officers approach, you retreat into a small office. And that's where they have to enter. And that's where the cases that are being taken into consideration of you kicking two different officers. Do you recall that?
No, sir.
So in saying all this and showing you these videos, you state in this statement here that I'm hoping they see the videos and reduce this to a manslaughter. Do you recall that?
Yes, sir.
And so at this time, do you believe that this is a manslaughter?
No, sir.
Pass my witness law.
Defense?
Judge, just to clarify a point that I think was just misread by the state. In reviewing the PSR, I think the statement was, let me know if this is correct, Mr. Gonzalez. They told the officers that I was trying to steal a truck, but that's a lie. All right, so you never told the pre-sentence investigator person you were trying to steal the truck. It was whoever told them that it was a lie. You weren't trying to steal it. And then, based on what we saw, Mr. Gonzalez, you were under the influence of several drugs, correct?
Yes, sir.
Nothing further, Judge.
State, any further questions?
Not for this witness law.
All right. Any other witnesses, defense?
Not from defense, Your Honor.
All right, then the court will hear argument. State,
We'll reserve for close, yeah.
defense.
Thank you, Judge. I think what we just saw, Your Honor, on both video and what we heard from Mr. Gonzalez are the unfortunate consequences of an individual who was heavily intoxicated by multiple drugs. If the court reviews the PSR, it will see that prior to this incident, Mr. Gonzalez did not have any assaultive offenses. It was nothing but drug use, for which he did his time and was on parole. From the beginning of my representation of Mr. Gonzalez, Your Honor, I want the court to know that Mr. Gonzalez has been very apologetic for that night, for the death that he caused, and for the terrible loss that it caused to the victim's family. He's never once, Mr. Gonzalez, he's never once told me that he wanted to fight this case or take this case to trial. Nonetheless, we reviewed discovery. We saw the video, we saw the reports, and it is confirmed through the evidence and his testimony that he was heavily intoxicated by use of meth. The court just saw his behavior was erratic. As Mr. Gonzalez said, it's completely out of character for him that evening. But as a consequence of his drug use, Your Honor, there was a person who died, and for whom Mr. Gonzalez expressed his remorse and also his sorry to the family. And I say that, Judge, because I want the court to consider what Mr. Gonzalez said, the PSR, but more importantly, in acknowledging that Mr. Gonzalez from the very beginning accepted his guilt, regardless of what the state asked him or regardless of his answers, you can tell that Mr. Gonzalez has difficulty expressing himself. But I want the court to know that in no way did Mr. Gonzalez ever or today try to minimize his guilt or put the blame on the victim. He accepted responsibility. He told the court he was under the influence of drugs. And he didn't. Done that evening. And so with that said, Your Honor, I would like the court to consider a punishment, thank you, to consider a punishment for Mr. Gonzalez of 20 years incarceration.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Victim in this case, Mario Renteria, just trying to fix his flat tire. Pulled up in that gas station where he'd been numerous times before. In the testimony that he was there quite often to go get a drink before he goes to work or anything like that. He was a frequent individual that came by there. He was a nice man that he was just there to change that tire. And what ended up happening to him that night is egregious. This individual, Mr. Gonzalez, has pled to this case, but the fact is that he hasn't answered for the case yet. And the fact is that he approached the victim 2 different times, and witnesses would have testified and in the prosecution guide that Mr. Renteria was not aggressive, that wasn't attacking Mr. Gonzalez at all, was trying to get away from him at times. And you can see from the video that the state has provided to the court and shown to the court that the victim walked in front of that car 2 different times, and the defendant had an opportunity to leave in that stolen vehicle if he wanted to leave. But he chose to turn that wheel to the right and run over Mr. Renteria directly. And so in saying that, Your Honor, I want to go over a portion of what the autopsy shows of the damage that the defendant caused. Both femurs, both legs were broken in half. Pelvis had multiple fractures. He had a broken back, mid-back, and the thoracic. He had a lacerated liver. He had a lacerated lungs. He had a skull fracture, and every single one of his ribs were broken. What is called a collapsed abdominal, where he could not have breathed. So in saying that, Your Honor, 20 years is a manslaughter, 35 years is a murder. This is plain and simple a murder. He knowingly, intentionally drove that vehicle over the victim, and the state would be asking for 35 years, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Gonzalez, I want you to know that I always reread stipulations. I always read the PSI report, and I always keep an open mind in listening to arguments from the defense and also from the state. And I understand that maybe if you had not been using drugs, maybe none of this would not have happened. We will never know, because we have to deal with what we're here for now. And what I'm looking at is the fact that you had someone who is merely trying to change their tire, and now they're dead through no fault of their own. So that's an issue. I know that any time that someone is sentenced to, it's difficult, because those are years behind bars that you're not able to do the things that you want to do. You can still see your family, but it's different seeing your family locked up as opposed to being in what they call the free world. But at the same time, there's someone who is no longer with us through your actions, and who knows what joy or happiness they were due to bring to this world, but you took their chance away from that. You took the chance of them being able to have more time with their family. You understand? That's either yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So previously, the court found you guilty. The court is going to assess an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, taking consideration 2021 CR 9982, 2021 CR 9983, give you credit for any time served, and the court will sentence you to 35 years in the prison. Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
right? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to your attorney. Do you understand?
Ma'am.
All right. Is there going to be victim impact?
Yes, we have to.
All right. So members of the complainant's family are going to speak to you. I require that everyone in this court is respectful to each other. But as you can imagine, I'm sure there is heartbreak. Right? So just internalize what's being said. All right. There is heartbreak. Right? So just internalize what's being said. All right.
This is from Jessica Renteria, which is the cousin of Mario Renteria's brother. Jessica feels that Jose Gonzalez should get the maximum sentence for killing her cousin. The entire family will never be the same. We have an empty space in our hearts that we can never get back. The heartache that you caused has caused the entire family a sense of emptiness, especially for Mario's elderly parents and siblings who all live in Mexico and are not able to be here. His siblings were not able to say goodbye to their older brother or to be at the funeral for a final goodbye. They can never visit his gravesite to leave flowers or simply talk to him in his final resting place. Mario Renteria Prado has left behind 4 kids and his 2 young granddaughters who he will never grow up to see. My cousin was a hardworking individual who took care of his family and helped out his extended family when he could. He was a good person who had so much life to live and has been taken away due to a senseless act of violence. I believe in our justice system and know that the right sentencing was done. This next statement is from his daughter, Xenia Renteria. The morning after August 14, 2021 started with what felt like a real life nightmare. Unwittingly, I have mental replays of every single moment that I have after waking up to the news of what had happened. The fear, the anguish, the shock, the disbelief, the void, so unexpected and so unimaginably painful. Nothing of words could accurately describe it. My dad was caring, hardworking, and he respected by many. He was also very intelligent, wise, and attentive. What I loved most was hearing my dad laugh, and what I admired most was his heart. Seeing my dad smile made me happy, and hearing my dad laugh made my heart smile. His love for our family was like no other. It was undoubtedly the strongest force to feel. He treated me like his little princess, along with my younger sister. He was the first person to check in on me when I wasn't doing so well, and he never failed to show me that he was there for me. My dad loved nature and being outdoors. He loved the rain and the sounds of birds singing. He loved music, his guitar, and his red pickup truck. My dad lives in my heart, and I miss him every single day. I miss his humorous nature. I miss hearing him laugh. I miss seeing him smile. I miss seeing his contact pop up on my phone as he calls. I miss his jokes. I miss the feeling of the love and the safety that he provided with our family.
Sorry, just 1 second. Excuse me, deputy. First row. All right, you may proceed. I'm sorry about that.
Life is beautiful and it's full of choices. But sadly, it is chaos written with poor souls who know not peace nor love. Grief is an ugly thing. It's like a gaping hole in your chest that doesn't get better with time. You just live with it. The pain still feels unreal and inhumane, but the love our family feels for my dad is and always will be stronger than any evil.
Eric, it was temp services.
So you were using your children's child support to support you and your children.
When you ask how would I support my kids, that's
No, kids or baby goats. Calling 2022 CR 9445, State of Texas versus Veronica Alvarez. May I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Debbie Cruz on behalf of the state, Your Honor.
Defense.
John Ford with defendant.
And are you Veronica Alvarez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna need you to make sure that you speak up so that the court reporter can hear. Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Alvarez, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Ms. Alvarez, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the punishment is to be assessed at a $1,000 fine and the state recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea? Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years, that there be a TAP evaluation and 120 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plea? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No comment.
State, any evidence to support the plea?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, state introduces state's exhibit number 1 and all of its attachments. No objection, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled Waiving Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state, you will be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Did you understand, again, that you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Sorry, you need to speak up. Did you understand you have a
Yes,
right to
ma'am.
jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, after reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
I would like to, yes.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Says that you followed the plea bargain. My client really didn't have a record, and I do believe that she's a good candidate for probation.
All right, do you have any children?
Yes.
How many?
4,
What are their ages?
6, 8, 11, and 15.
How old are you?
35.
Where are your children?
My mom,
Child Protective Services involved?
my case already been closed.
Were your rights terminated? So what ended up happening?
Well, before I came in here, my mom had she told me, well, I talked to her this past week, and she said the case was closed, but I really didn't even ask her. I'm gonna ask
So you
her.
you didn't think to ask her about your rights to your
Oh,
children?
the phone cut off. We were talking about the kids and everything.
All right, how often are you using meth? How often are you using meth?
I was there daily.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was there daily.
I don't understand what she's saying.
How often were you using the drugs? That's what she's asking you. You need to tell
When
me.
I was there.
How do you use meth daily? Do you use it every other day? Do you use it weekly? How often are you using drugs?
I was using it daily.
Do you have employment? Did you have employment while you were in the free world?
No.
When's the last time you had employment?
It's been a couple of years.
So how are you supporting your children?
Well, for my kids, I get the child support for them. And if I did work, it was temp services.
So you were using your children's child support to support you and your children.
Well, you asked how would I support my kids?
No, kids or baby goats.
I would do, and then I had a boyfriend, so he would work.
And this boyfriend you had, is he the father of these children?
And the last one, yes.
And who is Orlin Archaga, who you were in the car with? Who is that?
My friend. He was a friend.
What does that mean? He's a friend. Is this a boyfriend?
No,
Were you intimate with him?
no.
So how did you come to be in the car with him?
Because he was taking me to go get some tea for the kids.
So you're riding around in a car with somebody with a crack pipe or a pipe used for meth to go get food for your children?
Well, he was just my ride to go and take me back home. That was it.
Does your mother not have a vehicle?
Well, mom lives far from me. Where I live at, she lives far.
So where were your children when you went to go on this ride to get something for them?
At our apartment?
By themselves?
No.
Well, who was with them?
My dad.
All right. I half of this story that she's telling me, I find it all suspect. But this is what we're going to do. I'm going to sentence you because I'm sure CPS is, I don't know if CPS is doing their job or not, so I'm going to have to do it. What is your mother's name?
Gloria Gaona.
Gloria Guyana? All right, the court is going to sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. There's going to be a TAP evaluation while in custody. And if the TAP recommends inpatient treatment, she's going to inpatient treatment. So it's following all recommendations of TAP. I'm going to run a referral to felony drug court. There's to be no contact. Well, no in-person contact with minors until further notice, and that includes her children. Counsel, once she's completed drug treatment, then the court will always reconsider. I'm going to want the UA hotline upon release, weekly testing. I'm going to want field visits 2 times per month upon release until further notice. And please tell them to look and make sure that there are no minors there. There's to be no contact with Arlen, Orlen, Sandick, Sandick, Gutierrez, Archaga, Archaga. There's to be 120 hours community service restitution. I'm going to ask for intensive parenting classes. And once that's completed, the community service hours will be satisfied. Proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's $57 restitution to Bexar County Lab for testing. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Probation, if you want to count the field visits as her reporting, you can. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right. Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. You're going to have to start being a better parent to your children. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. You'll be excused.
Yes. Patrick Vargas, are we ready on that?
Veronica Alvarez, a 35-year-old mother of 4 children, appeared in Judge Stephanie Boyd's court on a drug possession charge. She was found with a pipe used for drugs while riding in a car with a man who was not the father of her children. She told the court she had no steady job and was living on child support and temp work to care for her kids. Judge Boyd asked serious questions about who was watching the children and whether Child Protective Services was involved. The judge said she did not fully believe the story she was hearing. Judge Boyd sentenced Alvarez to 3 years of deferred adjudication. She ordered drug treatment, parenting classes, drug testing, field visits, community service, and proof of employment. The judge also banned Alvarez from contact with any minors, including her own children, until she completes treatment. The judge told her she needs to become a better parent.